She's a #5 income earner in Planet Marketing Worldwide, 3-star director, Miss J.P. Watkins.
Hello, Planet. Woo! Somebody say next level. Are you ready to go to the next level? You know, I really want you to take a moment and look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, go pro. You know, there's a difference between an amateur and a professional. Anybody know that? Amateur and a professional. And I always thought everybody was the same. How many of you know people are different? 2 years into my network marketing career, Yvette, I was beating my head against the wall. Anybody ever have a feeling of a slight frustration? It's not moving in the direction, right? Something's missing. I need some help. Anybody ever felt that way? 2 years going hard in the paint. And I don't even know what that is, but I just always say I go, it just sounds real good. I said, something's wrong, and my coach told me, Jay Pizzle, he called me Pizzle. He said, put your AK-47 down. He said, put your gun down. Because, Walter, I was like you, very passionate. And I had my guns a-blazing, and we all need to move forward and push forward, and we need to go, go, go. But how many of you know everybody ain't just like you? I didn't know that. Jewel, I thought everybody was just like me. And therefore, I was going through my organization. I was killing my organization because I didn't meet their needs. How many of you know it's about your prospect and or your team member? It is not about you. Do we understand that? 2 people got it. How many of you know it's not about you? So what we want to do is we want to help you move to a professional level in your business. Is that okay? What we're going to do is we want to help you to master the mundane. Everything that's been discussed today from Miss Ann Jones, Mr. Orlando Moore, Miss Eileen Ross, if you master these basic skill sets, you will be wearing one of these rings. It's that simple. We're talking about step 1, making the list. Have you heard that 10,000 times? But why haven't we still done it? Have we made a list of 100, 200, 300? Because if I had a Mercedes-Benz fully loaded outside, keys ready for you, and I said I need a list of 500, how quickly would you get it to me? And it was debt-free. You'd have that list of 500, would you not? The lady's waving her list now. Lady, I don't have the car out there. People get excited. Right? But in network marketing, as Mr. Moore said, we don't need capital. We need what? People. And you have access to those people. Your list is golden. Make it long and make it what? Strong. Don't discriminate or prejudge. Many people talk to the least busiest people they know because they say, my cousin Man and Pookie needs this. You know, he's unemployed, Miss JP. He's involved in video gaming all day. That's not a profession on that level at your house. And they say he needs it. But let me ask you this. Do Pookie and Man's friends know that he also plays video games all day? So his network probably doesn't respect who? Him. So guys, if you talk to we're going to talk about this because I want you guys to get it. Busy people like money. So don't discriminate. Who you think will, who you think will, won't. Qualify your list. We weren't looking for champs. We're looking for champs just like you. No one twisted your arm to be here. You are here, why? Because you're a champion. We are looking for people who we categorize as a C, people with children. People with children have responsibilities. Do kids cost? It's a pretty penny, right? Homeowners show responsibility, right? They have the responsibility. Age, 25 years and older. If you remember who you were at 19, just think back. You were at the club, that was you. So if we're talking about Tuesday night game night or Tuesday night ladies night, if you're 19, Tish, right. So 25 and older is going to be a little more what? Mature. You're going to think about life in a different way than a 19 or 18-year-old. Why are we looking for married people? Because it shows commitment, and we get 2 for 1. As a married person, we get how many networks? We get access to their friends, his friends, and her friends. Professional, employed, or self-employed. Mr. Orlando Moore talked about the 3-way call. And I'll ask my business partner, what do they do for a living? And they say, nothing. And I'll say, I'm about to go. You got me on the phone with somebody who can't even make a $99 decision, right? It's a $99 decision, but they don't have it. So you are asking for a yes from people who don't qualify to give you a no. You're asking for a yes for people who don't qualify to give you a no. Why? Because they don't have, that says employed or self-employed, not in between situations. And trust me, I've been in situations. But I was at least a P, a professional who could get my hands on what? $199. S, successful, that chicken list. Influential, credibility. Who are the most influential people, right? Why are we looking for successful people? How you do one thing is how you do everything. See, here, guys, Miss Ann Jones talked about the 1s, the 2s, the 3s. Can you master this? Can we master the 1, the 2, or 3? When new people come into your organization, please teach them. 1s is someone who looks up to you. A 2 is a person just like you, your peer. A 3 is someone you look up to. How many of you believe that when new people come aboard, they immediately start talking to the 1s? How many of you, raise your hand, believe that people talk to the 1s? How many of you believe people talk to their friends just like them? Who do you believe talks to the 2s? How many of you believe people should talk to the 3s? Which one? How many of you? People come into this business automatically talking to the 1s. People who look up to them. Why, Eileen? It's the low-hanging fruit. Somebody's toe hurts now. Guys, these are the easiest to talk to, right? Because they're looking up to you. But if you're in a financial situation and you join this business opportunity to get yourself out of a financial situation, if someone's looking up to you, their financial situation is worse. Their financial mentality is what? Worse. And then they're going to be looking at you and say, none of my friends have $99. None of your friends? None of your friends. None of my friends thinks that this makes sense. None of your friends? See, money sees money faster than broke. Money, Philip, when you have someone who is like this, their fist is what? Nothing can come in, nothing can come out. So when you talk to a number 1, their mentality is not even where yours is. So you're losing right off the bat. If you talk to a 2, they're where you are. You may be new to network marketing, but you have a positive disposition. But you need to learn. You may not have the biggest sphere of influence. So your organization may grow slowly. With 1s, it's not growing at all. 2s, it will grow slowly. But what if you talk to the most influential people you knew? Your doctor, your lawyer, your pastor, your educator, and they know people that know people who respect people. Jules Strother, Matthew Hill just dropped in, 50, 70 people, boom, because he's influential. How many of you would like somebody to drop 70 people, boom, in your organization? It's the who you're talking to. It's the who. So guys, talk to the most influential people you know. Now, we've talked about who we need to talk to, right? Now we need to ask ourselves, what do I say? Anybody interested in what you need to say and how you need to say it? People matter. Someone say, all people matter. All people matter. See, I used to think in my organization that you had to be a stone cold go-getter or you couldn't rock and roll with me. How many of you know everybody can't be just like you? Because it's just not going to be a pretty picture. Guys, people are categorized in different personalities. Anybody ever read that book, The 5 Love Languages? If you are a married couple, you need to go on and read that because somebody may have a different way to show their love, right? And you need to figure out how do they receive. And see, the thing is that we're approaching people from our what? Perspective and not from theirs. So people are categorized as blue, yellow, green, and red. Let's talk a little bit about the blues. Blues are fun-driven individuals. The party don't start till they walk in. Anybody know some people like that? They're people, flashy dressers, like to be noticed, life of the party. Blues are a social butterfly, don't like rules. I'm gonna stop right there. Now, with blues, ladies and gentlemen, if it gets too stressful, they may be on out of there, right? People love them. They spice up a scene. They're great recruiters and great trainers. It's hard for these people, though, the cons, to be focused for long periods of time. They will be up and they will be down, but count on them being late. Right? They may not be there for a long time. What's the hook? You talk about how much fun we have in Planet Marketing. You talk about our fun and exciting CEO, Andy Carlton. He is fun, right? You want to tell people, you're just like our CEO. Talk about the travel and talk about the money with blues. Now, what percentage of these people are in your group? 15%. Pay attention to that. Yellows are cause-driven. They're the peacemakers. I just like to hug. I don't like to shake hands. I like to hug. Have you ever seen somebody like that? I like to hug. I put others first. It's not about me. It's about you. They're going to talk softly. How you doing? How you doing? You doing good? They're tolerant, they're patient, they're loyal, and they're modestly dressed. It's not about what I have on. It's about us being comfortable. Now, the blue is the peacock. They coming in flashy. The yellows, we just need to be comfortable. We want to serve others. Yellows. Pros, they're easy to get along with. They like to be a part of what? Positive groups. They generally stick and stay, and you can what? Count on them. Yellows are going to be out front, greeting, helping, serving, right? Cons, they're a little slow moving. We're going to get bronze knocked out in June. We'll get it knocked out. We'll get silver knocked out in September, and we'll be gold by December, by Christmas. The hook. Discuss how they can help people. You need to find out what they really want to do. What is their cause? If they want to save the whales, you get behind the whales. If they want to save the puppies, get behind the puppies. If they want to crusade, you crusade with them. Does that make sense? Yellows want to do something specific, find out their mission, and they will join your business to achieve their mission. Are they in it necessarily for the money? They really do like to help the puppies. Now, what percentage is this? Y'all see that? So you trying to put your whip on the wrong people. Greens, fact-driven. Analytical, love details. like to be stand and like to be understood. Conservative dressers. A green likes quality and consistency. They will join you if you are what? Informed. We want to do the due diligence on the due diligence of the due diligence of Mr. Donald Bradley, Andy Kaufman, Leanne Treckler, and we'll do it on you. They're gonna Google you and your mama too. They're gonna ask questions, and what? Questions. The pros. They are solid. What does that say? They're solid. They're smart. They're loyal. They'll stick and stay. They're dependable. They are usually counting the money out front because the blue is not there. The greens, and then the greens are like, you know somebody's a green, they go like this all the time. Cons. Somebody read that. They will never. Don't take it personal. They're just not wired that way. It doesn't mean they're not going to join you. They're just not going to join you on the first presentation. And that's okay. Because you need to give them what? More facts. And feed them what? More facts. The hook. Talk about the company, the leadership, the growth. You know, we're now in just under 5 months today. Guys, we're eclipsing 10,000 agents. That's something they want to know. They want to know about 1.3 million, trillion dollars in the U.S. alone every year for travel, 8 trillion globally, projected to go to 15 trillion. They want to hear that. And does it say always three-way? They need to know somebody who's over you. You're not sufficient. You're not sufficient. We need to know who is your supervisor. Who is your upline supervisor? Now, this is not the environment that we have supervisors, but again, that may make them feel comfortable saying something like that. I'll let you speak with my upline supervisor. Oh, yes, supervisor. That makes them feel good. Now, what's the percentage of those people? Yellows are what? Greens are. So what percentage are the yellows and greens? Are any of those fast moving? 70% are going to take their time. Do you understand why your growth pattern is where it is? Does that make sense? Okay, I want you to follow this last one, the reds. Money driven. Money. They're goal driven, A-type personalities, leaders, sharp dressers. What does that say? Aggressive, blunt, bottom line. You're telling them a story and you're saying, and they're saying, and you're trying to talk and they're zip. You can't even get it out because they're finishing what? Your sin. You're taking too long to get to the point. They enjoy what? Power and or recognition. And what's that last point? Competitive. What are the pros? These individuals are generally the ones that will build it big, fast. They like to make money and will make you some. They're influential in a lot of cases. Why? Because they always telling somebody what to do. So they're influential by default. Cons can be overly what? Aggressive, maybe insensitive, blunt. They can be hot one minute, though, and cold the next because we didn't get Gold Builder done in a day. I can't do this. We didn't go director. I'm not coming to any event until I hit director. Ooh. You know what? I didn't make director in training this week. I just don't know if I can do this. They didn't call my name in the front of the room. I don't think this is going to work for me. They're recognizing Susie more than me. Anybody got that? What's the hook? Talk money. And more money and what? More money. Edify them. Stroke their what? Ego. We know you're sharp, Sharon. It's clear you're very sharp. And we need you. We really need you. They're going to listen. They're going to be like, okay, they need me over here. I need to get on over here. When Mr. Bradley say, we need you, but we don't need you. Right? We don't need you, but don't tell the red that. The red, you want to talk money, edify them, and the potential for them to lead, because we're wide open, right? If they're red, they can dominate their market. Be assertive. And does that say always? Always edify and do a three-way call with your upline, because they already trying to dominate you. If they're on the phone with you, they're trying to dominate you and tell you why this isn't going to work for you. So what you need to do when you're talking to a red is begin to be a master edifier of whoever your upline leader is, because they need to hear this person's accomplishments, like General Moore said. You need to become a master, especially if you're talking about a red who's going to drive your organization. They need to know who's over you, because you clearly are not on my level. Am I being right or wrong on saying that? Guys, this is the way it is. You got to know how to deal with all personality types. So when we're talking about a red, what's the percentage? They're small percentage. So when people come into your organization, ladies and gentlemen, and they're a red or a blue, that's only 30% of how much? 70% of your organization. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to know how to, now we talked about these are prospects, but as a business owner, which many of you are, right? Do you understand that this skill set is how you need to be dealing with your team? And this is how you motivate. You can't talk to a yellow on your team like you're going to talk to a red. That's not going to work. You can't talk to a blue on your team the same way you talk to a green. The green is going to be motivated much differently than the person who's on your team. So when people begin to talk about, Sally called me, and she's full of emotions about the fact that the puppies died, about the catastrophe in the whales. They're what color? They're yellow. And if you're a red, do you care about the puppies? Did we lose money? Did we lose money? So the reds don't care. And then the yellows, how could you not care about the puppies? You're going to hell. Right? All yellows think reds are going to hell. So we may need to edit. But this is how they feel. They judge, and then the greens think the blues are outrageous. All you guys do is like to have fun. This is business we're running here. And how dare you be late, and how dare you do the wobble at a business meeting? Dare you do the wobble? It's not the environment for that. But what the greens don't understand, there's no HR to report us to. And Mr. Bradley's not taking that call. This is the zoo. This is the jungle. So guys, we have to know who and how to talk to people. We'll get a lot further in this business. Thank you.
Music is just for you to dance to. The man with the plan and the man demands you. Leave the smack in the crack.